The Rolls-Royce Cullinan is the first SUV from Rolls-Royce, and it's redefining luxury and custom craftsmanship at the upper echelons of the market. Today, we're going to take a look at the Rolls-Royce Cullinan for the price, the technology, exterior, and interior designs to the performance of the vehicle. So, what exactly does it offer? Stay tuned. The fact that Rolls-Royce named their first SUV after the world's largest and most flawless diamond says a lot about their character. With a starting price of over $250,000, the Cullinan looks like a steal, knowing well and all what it has to offer. Even before you customize your Cullinan to your exact specifications, Rolls-Royce proudly does it for you. There are some out-of-this-world technologies on this beast, making it one of the best SUVs out there. To start with, air suspension has been included in the vehicle's complicated chassis to help smooth out those jolts on the road and provide comfort and off-road capability above top speed on a drag strip. In the event that the Cullinan loses traction, cameras examine the road ahead for potholes that can be soaked up without ruffling the passenger's fascinators. The view from the driver's seat is awe-inspiring, but the car's driving and handling are most noticeably sharper and more precise than the Phantom. The Cullinan's back tires can turn by degrees thanks to the car's four-wheel steering system, which makes it more agile than you'd expect for its size and weight. Another technological accomplishment is the automatic transmission's ability to utilize data from the sat-nav to determine when to shift gears. In addition to having some of the most luxurious sedans, the shift to SUV manufacturer means the Cullinan is almost one of the most luxurious SUVs. There are two options for clients: a 5-seater with power folding rear seats or a 4-seater, topping off with seats that recline to resemble private jets. The fixed console at the back of the Cullinan includes a whole bar with glasses, a decanter of wine, and a mini fridge. When the rear seats are folded flat, the trunk expands quite a lot. All Cullinans come with large touchscreens as standard, along with the center console controller that doubles as a second touchscreen. Every model also comes with Apple CarPlay. With the optional rear seat entertainment option, each front seat gets a 12.0-inch screen. Additionally, the Cullinan boasts an 18-speaker unique audio system. Rolls-Royce doesn't include automatic climate control in any of its vehicles. Instead, each passenger has their own soft medium, high, maximal manual fan control, and two separate temperature knobs. The temperature of the air blowing on your face is controlled by the top one, while the temperature of the air blowing on your feet is controlled by the second. It's up to you whether or not you want your feet to feel warm or your face to feel cool. In this beast, you can get to experience 8 climate control zones. The car also offers one of the most expensive insurance covers, guaranteed for the Cullinan because of its high price, complexity, and rarity. The cover package for every Rolls-Royce Cullinan includes 4 years of service with unlimited miles, much in excess of what's normally included in a vehicle's warranty. You'll only have to pay for consumables like tires and windshield replacements if they're chipped or cracked. The car also has various sensors that check things like engine oil, brake pads, and filters, sending data back to the dealership, which takes care of servicing during your first 4 years of ownership. Maintenance can be adapted to each Cullinan's specific needs when needed. Even though the Rolls-Royce Cullinan has an elevated driving position and a higher center of gravity, the Cullinan's steering and handling feel stiffer than the Rolls-Royce Phantom. However, despite its massive 22-inch wheels, the Cullinan still managed to maintain an extremely narrow turning circle while being surprisingly agile on country roads where you should expect to lose its edge. And of course, the soundproofing on the back of nearly every surface and body panel is still well honed to block out the road, tire, and wind noise. Under acceleration, the engine's unique growl adds to the impression of involvement. The Cullinan's engine is a 6.75-liter twin-turbo V12, making 563 horsepower and accelerating it from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds. Well, the engine might not be the most cost-effective engine out there, but it's one of the world's greatest engines, and it has a very high running cost. It's also not the fastest SUV, but it has a lot of power. Like other Rolls-Royce cars, the Cullinan's chassis has been fine-tuned to handle a variety of off-road conditions, including grass, gravel, snow, and mud. With a maximum depth of 540 millimeters, the Cullinan can easily cross a river or a small lake that separates the Cullinan from its goal. It's also impossible to ignore that the Cullinan is now one of the thirstiest vehicles on the market, even surpassing the ridiculous Lamborghini Urus supercar-style SUV. To continue the motif, the vehicle's CO2 emissions come in at 341 grams per kilometer, or around 3 times the amount of a modest lifestyle SUV. The Cullinan also has another trick up its sleeve when it's back on the ground. The navigation system and GPS constantly feed the transmission and chassis with information about the road ahead, allowing the driver to switch lanes earlier and ensure a smooth ride. If you think the Cullinan's beginning price of $250,000 is excess, remember that it's merely a starting point. For many buyers, they'll spend a lot more than double that amount to get all the extras and bespoke features they want, from custom paint colors to an electric viewing suite that pops out of the boot. With its simple symmetry and supreme quality, the Cullinan's dash will take your breath away. Using leather inspired by high-end Italian luggage and purses, the upper fascia's air vents and clock reflect the jewelry on display. The cockpit-style fascia is made cozier by a long, horizontal band of wood running through it. The car has also been granted access to the most cutting-edge technologies available from its parent company, the BMW Group. That's why the Cullinan is not all about being flashy. A lot of technologies employed are ensured the best ride possible. For example, to provide a helicopter parking perspective and even a setting where you can practically walk around the exterior of the car while it's parked, 4 discrete cameras were placed around the Cullinan's exterior. A head-up display, night vision capabilities, active cruise control, and Wi-Fi for passengers are just some of the convenience-enhancing features included in this vehicle's capabilities. The Cullinan, unlike most SUVs, don't arrive with a predetermined set of trim levels, extras, or packages that you can choose from. There is virtually no likelihood of 2 Cullinans ever being similar when they leave the company's facility in Goodwood, West Sussex, because the interior is so customizable. When it comes to Rolls-Royce, bespoke recreation modules are being offered to make it easier for owners of the luxury vehicle to indulge in their favorite pastime. Whether you're into snowboarding, photography, fly fishing, rock climbing, or anything else, each module has a custom-built container that's excellent for storing all of your gear. Cargo space can be used to store and change out the module depending on what's going on that day. When it comes to choosing a Cullinan's interior plan, buyers face an overwhelming number of options. For the first time in a Rolls-Royce, the rear seats can be folded out of the way, making the interior ideal for packing your pastime items. Since the back seats of the lounge seat can be folded flat or dropped in portions, they can also be operated electrically by a panel in the boot. The maker also says this can serve as an occasional table on which to place your valuable personal items. This is a mark of Rolls-Royce's incredible attention to detail. A chilly or hot gust of air can also be avoided when the boot is open to the weather by using a boot cover. Rolls-Royce says the Cullinan has been tried to destruction all over the earth in order to meet its off-road requirements. The Cullinan's high price and rarity make it likely to be tested by Euro NCAP, which is the best indicator of a vehicle's safety. Meanwhile, the sheer size and strength of the vehicle's bodywork and safety equipment lists give the driver confidence. This is because all the most recent sensors and warning systems have been installed, allowing you to drive safely and efficiently. We can truly attest that it's an amazing car with some cool, stunning features that every car enthusiast would love to have in their dream car. But is the car worth that price tag? Well, thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one.